It's kind of wild to think that one of the most powerful blueprints for success today was actually written way back in 1937. We're going to be diving into Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, a book that is, for real, a classic. It's captivated millions of people who are looking for the secrets to, getting ahead. And really, the whole thing boils down to this one super simple idea. Man becomes what he constantly thinks. Now, that's not just some nice-sounding phrase, okay? It's literally the operating system the entire book is built on. And when you stop and think about it, the implication is, well, it's staggering. It means the most important conversations you'll ever have are the ones happening right inside your own head. Just let that sink in for a second. An idea from the 1930s, the Great Depression era, is still shaping careers, building fortunes today. So you gotta ask, right? Why? What is the secret sauce here? What makes this one concept so powerful for so long?
Well, the answer is in what Hill called a revolutionary idea, and that's where we're going to start. The whole thing is built on this concept that your inner world, your thoughts, your beliefs, what you obsess about, it doesn't just reflect your reality, it actually creates it.
Okay, but let's be super clear about something. This isn't just, wishful thinking. The key words to pay attention to are consistently positive, crystal clear, and goal-oriented. Hill's whole argument is that when your thoughts have that level of focus, that intensity, your mind literally becomes a magnet. It starts pulling the people, the opportunities, whatever you need right into your life.
All right, so if that's the big idea, the next logical question is, how? How do you actually do this? Well, the good news is this book isn't just a bunch of theory. It's a real, actionable system. Hill breaks it all down into what he calls the 13 steps to success. So the book lays out all 13 of these steps, but we've pulled out some of the absolute game changers right here. It all starts with desire, and we're not talking about a casual wish. He means a burning, all-consuming obsession. Then you back that up with unshakable faith. From there, it's about channeling it through organized planning and making a firm decision. But honestly, the last two here are the real engine. You need persistence, the grit to get through anything, and this incredible concept of the mastermind. That's your trusted circle, the people who help you see things you just can't see on your own. And these ideas didn't just pop out of thin air. Hill was actually tasked by Andrew Carnegie himself to spend 20 years, 2 decades, studying the habits of the most successful people on the planet. We're talking titans like Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. He was basically reverse engineering what made them great. Now look, I know the title has rich in it, but this book has always been about way more than just money. These principles, they're really a blueprint for success in pretty much any part of your life, whether it's your career or just your own personal growth. So when you start to actually use this stuff, the benefits you get are really personal. It all starts with building that habit of positive, focused thinking. And when you do that, it just naturally helps you set clearer goals. Then, as you go after those goals with that persistence we talked about, you start to build real, lasting self-confidence. And that gives you the power to tackle one of the biggest roadblocks in life for anyone, fear. Okay, but let's be real for a minute. No single book or philosophy is a magic bullet, right? To really get the most out of this, you have to look at the criticisms too, the valid ones it's faced over the years. So time for a little reality check. So first things first, it's really important to know this isn't a science textbook, not by a long shot. Hill blends some really practical psychology with ideas that are, well, a lot more spiritual. He talks about things like communicating with infinite intelligence. And since you can't really prove that stuff in a lab, it can be a big roadblock for people who are more skeptical. And this leads to maybe the most crucial point, and probably the biggest misunderstanding of the entire book. The title is Think and Grow Rich, right? It's not sit around and wish and grow rich. All these principles are pretty much useless without the other half of the equation: massive, consistent, disciplined action. Thinking sets your direction, for sure, but it's the hard work that actually gets you there. Okay, so we've looked at the core idea, we've seen the steps, and we've talked about the criticisms. So where does that leave us? Let's wrap this up with the final takeaway, which is all about that powerful combo: your thoughts
and your action.
And this right here really gets to the heart of it all. Think and Grow Rich isn't some magic wand that's going to give you instant results with zero effort. It's a guidebook, it's a map, but you still have to do the climbing. See, the power isn't actually in the book itself, it's in what you do with the ideas in the book.
And that brings us right back to where we started, with one last question for you to think about. If it's true, if your thoughts really do shape your reality, then what is the one thought you could change starting today, right now, to begin building the life you actually want?